feel like I've talked a lot lately about how hard it is to be a working mom, but not the things I like about being a working mom. And there are things I like, so I think it's important to talk about. That it makes me get ready every day. When I was home, I had a really hard time justifying getting ready, and it took a toll for me on like my self-esteem. So getting ready every day, I feel like, is really good for my mental health. Two. I love that I get to interact with other adults regularly. I felt very isolated a lot of the time when I was working from home a lot, or when I was a stay-at-home mom for the brief amount of time that I was. I love the social aspect of coming to work. 3, I love getting a paycheck. I love getting benefits. I really enjoy that. I was on my husband's insurance, and his insurance really was not great. So I really like my insurance at work. I know that people get insurance different ways. For me, I like having my own insurance. I like making that decision. I think I'm on 4. 4, I love when I get to travel. I love getting to travel for work. I used to travel a lot more at my old job. I'll be traveling a little bit at my new job. I love that. I love getting those little breaks, getting to go places, getting to see places. I love to travel quite a bit before we had our son, and it's just not as feasible for us with him and paying for daycare and a mortgage. The money's just not always there, and the time is not always there. So I love that I still get to have that part of my life and still see parts of the world and do things. That to me, awesome. 5, I love that when I come to work, I am just Mara the person. I am not someone's mom. I feel like a lot of times when I go places and do things, like, it's who's watching your son? Where's your son? It's just a lot of like, that's my whole identity, I feel like, to a lot of people, which like this app I'm sure does not help with that, but you know what I mean? Like, I love that I can just have like full autonomy over my person and myself while I am here. So, also I love that my son is going to daycare 2 days a week, and I love that he's with my mom 2 days a week. I love that they have that special time together, and I love that he is now like making friends and learning and like experiencing life in a different way. For me, this is a great setup. I also love that my husband and my son, when I work nights and weekends, get that one-on-one time, and they get to just do stuff, the two of them, and my husband gets to kind of like run the show. I have a tendency, I feel like, to take over when I am home, and he's like, we're doing this today. So my husband and I have very different personalities. He is like super chill, and I am very much like, we have a plan, this is what we're doing. So I think it's great for them to kind of like be able to like do their day the way that they want to, and that. So even though being a working mom is really, really, really hard, I don't think it's all bad. I think there's some major pros to it. I also think there's major pros to being home. I think there's major pros and cons to all the situations. These are just the ones that like stand out to me as a working mom.